What's going on, world? As you can see, I'm actually driving. It's hands-free recording, so don't freak out. This is my part of my journey to get my carry permit in New Jersey. Like I said in part 1 and part 2, I actually do have a reason. Obviously, because in New Jersey you don't really have a Second Amendment unless you can prove that you have a reason. Stupid, I know. Needless to say, I'm applying and I have a reason. But in part 2, I wasn't sure if I mentioned it or not, but I was missing a couple things and I needed a couple things notarized. I have since took care of that. I have all that. I have everything I need now, which includes my application, my letter of need, stuff from the police department, my mental check, my background check. I don't know if I said it already, but a witness letter from the witness. My military documents, my qualification, firearm safety course, and a copy of the New Jersey new regulation that took effect April 3rd, 2017, which I am pretty sure most people don't even know took effect. So much so that police don't even know that it's in effect. And I have since reached out to the Attorney General and the New Jersey State Police, as well as the Governor's Office. And yes, the regulation change to add serious threat to the justifiable need administrative code is in effect. It is legit. So if you have a serious threat, which doesn't even have to, the way it's worded kind of leaves it up for grabs for a lot of people. If you happen to live in a really shitty neighborhood and crimes are happening and you happen to witness one, even though that's not a direct threat against you, it's a serious threat if you believe the people who committed that crime witnessed you witnessing them. Does that make sense? So, or if you're deliver pizza in a really bad neighborhood and your fellow pizza delivery drivers were robbed at any given time, I mean, you can use that as a serious threat. I doubt that you'll get approved, but the regulation states that police chiefs, superintendents, the superintendent of the state police, I should say, and whoever is reviewing the permit application for carry permits, they now are allowed to consider serious threats when making their decision. So what I did was I actually added a part of my my carry permit application packet is I actually added the new adopted regulation that states this, and it's highlighted. So the people that are actually reviewing the permits, or the applications I should say, they know about it. Because I've asked a couple police and they had no idea. They had no idea that it actually was in effect. They thought when the joint resolution was passed by Loretta Weinberg, or whatever her name is, up in North Jersey that they assumed that the executive order from Governor Christie was killed. But that's not the case. Somehow, for some reason, during the process of trying to kill his executive order, they did not follow some step, or they didn't do it in the proper time frame. Whatever the case may be, they lost. And as of right now, that new regulation is in effect. It also took away the wording "any other means." They added reasonable means. So before, if you don't know, even if you had a reason to get a carry permit in New Jersey, if you met that requirement and there was any reason for them to deny you, they could easily say, "Hey Bob, you have a real reason, you have a justifiable need, but because you can move, or you can get a different job in a different location, they denied you." So there you have it. They can no longer do that. They can't expect someone to uproot their family and move away. They can't expect someone to get another job just because of whatever reason. I mean, what was the people who are, they might work in a shitty neighborhood, but they've been there 20 years with a possible pension and a nice 401k package. Why? It's not right for them to move. That's not reasonable means at all. So this new regulation is going to open the door for a lot of people. Not everybody, but a lot more people are eligible. Doesn't mean you'll get it. The judge can still deny you, but at least you have a better chance. At last count, the percent is you have a less than 0.2% chance of getting a carry permit in New Jersey. But that number can be a little skewed, like I said in my other video. If that's based on 1 million gun owners in New Jersey, but not 1 million gun owners apply, so it is what it is. I'm going to say, if you have any kind of serious threat, either due to the location of your job or where you live, if you can back it up with some kind of documents to prove that your neighbor was robbed, or you witnessed a crime, or where you work, crime happens all the time, if that's something that you can provide proof for, then I would apply. Do it. We need to stop pussyfooting around, for a lack of a better word, because people are afraid to apply. Being denied your permit is not a felony. A lack of need is what they'll write down on your denial. If you have a lack of need, that's not a disqualifier for you ever applying for another permit. But the way people portray us here in New Jersey is that's the case, and it's not. So don't worry about being denied. And if you are worried about it, then go get your New Hampshire permit first, which literally it's one piece of paper, $100 check, and about 5 weeks of being patient, and you'll get your carry permit, and that permit's good, 20 some states at the moment, including Pennsylvania. So go get that permit, and wait for you to get it in the mail. And once you have it, then apply for your New Jersey permit. You know, at least you'll be able to carry when you leave New Jersey, at the very least. Anyway, that is all the papers. Now I just gotta find time to get to the police station. Mainly because the lobby doesn't open till 9 and closes at 3:30. Possibly 4 o'clock during the summertime. I think they have, their hours are a little different during the summer. But either way, I can't get there before work, and I can't get there after work. So I'm going to have to either eat 2 hours and not get paid for it, or take a vacation day just to do my permit. I reached out back to the firearms department of my police department and asked them if they have late hours, or if we can make an arrangement that I show up maybe a half hour after they close, and someone can wait for me. I have yet to get an answer. I'm going to wait a couple days and find out one way or the other. If not, then I'm just going to take a vacation day. Go from there. So you might not hear from me for a while, because I'm going to apply, turn all my stuff in. From what I'm told, they have 45 days. They did not say working days. But 45 days to respond. Either approve me or deny me. Once that happens, then I'll get, I'm going to either get a court date, or I have to appeal to the court and get a court date, pay the $45, whatever the cost is, to go sit in front of a judge for 20 minutes and have him look at all my documents, ask me questions, and then determine if I get approved or not. So, till next time, peace.